Good morning, everybody. This is Patrick MontesDeOca with the Discord live trading room from the Equity Management Academy. We're looking at the gold market right now this morning into a very volatile reversion occurring after reaching the target of 1887. Obviously, we saw some selling come into the market as expected. When the price reaches this level of 1887, the AI tells you basically that we should expect selling to come into the market or supply to come into the market. As we're taking a look at the reversion, it did unfold. The supply did come in. The target was completed. The first target was completed. Now, what I'm looking at is basically the level of volatility that is increasing tremendously, and I believe it's just the beginning of what maybe is going to be the volatility for the rest of the next few months. So the target was completed, and obviously now we're activating a bullish price momentum again by trading above the average price. So if you're holding on to your core position, basically long term, hold on to your long position. I think the market is making a bottom in here, but we will have gyrations. We will have corrections, reversions unfolding. As you see, it looks like we are having one today. Let's take a look at the silver market here. Most of this stuff happens even before the market opens on the Globex, which is kind of frustrating for day traders that do not have access to execution platforms that do Globex. So here we see the silver market meeting the target not only of the weekly, but the daily target after activating a bullish price momentum at 2 a.m. And the signal was completed just now into an area that once again is identified as a harmonic alignment here. As I keep referring to this, this is a very highly probable area where a change in the trend may unfold, or an acceleration may unfold. What we're looking at right now is the market trading now below the average price of 27.82, and this now is activating a bearish price momentum all the way down to 27.52 to 27.44. We do not trade when the market is trading around the average, as I suggest and recommend. This is a 50-50 standard deviation. So you want to wait until the highest probability, and that is either the market coming up to the extreme above the mean or to the extreme below the mean. So you can see here the pattern of trading from the extreme below the mean to the extreme above the mean. And this is the methodology that I am trying to teach you guys to follow methodically, systematically, and without emotion. Short term, obviously now for the day, the market has activated a bearish pattern, and what we want to see is if the market comes down now to this 27.52 to 27.44 area, which is again another harmonic area that we're looking at. More than likely, this is a very high probable area that we will find some kind of support, some kind of buying come into the market. But let's see if the market has the impetus or has the muscle, so to speak, or the pressure from supply enough to come down to these levels here. So, as you know, I recommended earlier to take some protection. I am updating the Discord room more actively here, and we have a lot of things planned, which is going to focus and highlight primarily the activity in the Discord trading room. So, stay tuned because some fantastic changes are coming. In terms of coming back to the market here, gold and silver, we are in a neutral position, and we've taken some protection here. We've recommended to take some protection if you've been long, and allow for a reversion basically to unfold, maybe back down into the buy one, buy two levels. The current pattern is indicating that we could be looking at a potential reversion unfolding especially after making the high that we made here of 28.90 just a few days ago. It disactivated a weekly short trigger, as you can see here. The targets are being completed all the way down to the weekly target of 27.44. So this little pattern here that you see of 28.75, which activated a bearish, signal, which is why I say targets completed, so that you guys know pretty much what to do up here, and be able to use your profile to manage or customize, you might say, your risk properly. This indicator is like a GPS, again, for your trading. This tells you when it comes down to the extreme below the mean, in the blue area, essentially you buy long, and you look to sell the extremes above the mean, regardless of what happens fundamentally. So as you can see on the daily chart, so far the weekly average is 27.40. The market activated a bearish trend short trigger this morning by reaching 28.19.5. It penetrated the sell weekly, completed the daily target, and reverted and met the first target, and now the market is activating a bearish daily price trend momentum with a target of 27.40. The gold market seems to be hanging into this area as well, but very similar. Once again, targets were completed. and it tested this previous high that was made on the 19th of 1891. With today's high 1890, it looks like potentially it could be inverting from here. Okay, so this now, this doesn't mean that this is the end of the bull market by any means or stretch of the imagination. What this simply means is that the market has factored in mathematically the extreme above the average price, which on the monthly basis, you're looking at 1758. On an annual basis, you're looking at 1810. And if you take a look at the daily chart, we have incorporated here the monthly patterns as well as the 360-day pattern. And if we go back here to the market coming down below the 360-day average, you can see the bearish price momentum unfold on the annual target, which activated actually that 1532. But it found buyers at 1676. On the 8th of March, reverted, came back down to test it, made a double bottom, and it rallied right into the monthly trigger point, which activated now a monthly signal. It engaged the bearish pattern, reverting it back above the buy 2 level and activating a buy trigger. Coming back down again, testing it, activating an aggressive buy trigger from this level, and the targets now are being completed. The 360-day target, basically, upon the market on the annual average price of 1810, has activated 2164. So as long as we stay above 1810, this 2164 target is very active. So if you want to use the 1810 as a long-term indicator or a protective level, that would be a good level to use to protect or hedge your long-term position. But in the meantime, the annual is in a bullish price trend momentum. And short term, obviously, you're looking at the market completing the targets monthly and obviously the shorter term targets that we're looking at for this week, which is ending. And we're going to have a new structure as we come into next week. But for now, it looks like we made some kind of a short-term top here, with the expectation now that the 1866 to 1855 level has been activated. Besides the metals, we're trading actively the Gbtc, which is the grayscale Bitcoin investment trust, and we have reverted from 2746 that you see here, and this just happened to be the buy to level, telling us upon confirmation of the pattern or the trade, the level, and a reversion above, it activates a buy trigger, and this occurred on the 19th at 6:15 a.m. The sell one level here today, the high was so far was 34.96, and this is suggesting to take some profits at 35.05. If you have profits on Gbtc, take them at the market. I think the market may revert back, and if you got profits, as we recommended earlier in this week, it might not be a bad idea to allow for the market to do whatever it's going to do here. For you guys that have Gbtc, sell them at the market. Just sell at the market and take profits at the market. If you have Gbtc in the room, take your profits on Gbtc. Hold on to your coin. Prepare for tremendous volatility across the board, and I think that the digital currencies have set a new standard as far as volatility is concerned. So measure that volatility accordingly. Market is holding here the average price in gold. So you can see how the energy pretty much embraces these levels, and particularly when you're trading around the average price. Remember, it's a 50-50 standard deviation. It can go either way. You want to wait until the extreme above the mean, in this case, up here, where we got this short trigger coming in from 1886, and now it's, the target was completed at 75. So we are reverting now, it seems, with a bullish price sentiment, and on the close of this bar, if it closes above, obviously it's going to activate a bullish now price momentum. So you can see the algorithm, the AI, how it identifies the energy patterns that shift between the pivot points of the extreme above or below the mean. And the more volatile the market becomes, the more precise the algorithm becomes. Because it measures the velocity of the momentum. And it is a variable changing price momentum indicator that's what the Vcpmi describes, is that it's a variable indicator. It changes depending on the energy of the market, and it allows you to trade the wave patterns with tremendous accuracy. The difference as a trader that I'm trying to teach you here is that personally, what I want to do is trade the highest probability trades. I don't need to be trading constantly in the market. The less I trade, the less risk I take. And so therefore, when I do want to take a risk, I want to buy the highest probability trades that I can. It's just logical. And the AI of the Vcpmi allows me to be objective about that in trading this structure. So if you came in long, you took profits up here, or if you were long up here, you had a chance to hedge and protect yourself a little bit, which is what I'm suggesting in the room here. And if you guys follow this, then you did the right thing. Congratulations. And all I'm doing here is I'm showing you how to guide your trading by using this incredible tool. It's not 100% accurate. It's not bulletproof, but it's a mathematical table probability that gives you the ability for you to make intelligent decisions according to your profile in terms of money management, risk management, and basically the objectives and goals of your personal account. We got a little bit of profit taking coming in Gbtc. Gbtc is it's a pretty wild product here that is being affected obviously by a lot of the rhetoric or the rumors that we hear on the internet by Elon Musk, by some of these big players that I believe are pretty much taking advantage of the market. Manipulating the price to their will, and unfortunately a lot of people that are going into these instruments aggressively that do not understand are losing their life savings. And so I continue to alert you to be careful, which is why I trade the Gbtc. The Gbtc, at least it's a registered, it's the gray scale Bitcoin investment trust. If I want to be in the Bitcoin trade, this is a great way to trade that market. If I want to trade in the Coinbase, I can buy coin, which is what we're beginning to build and trade. So between this markets, we cover pretty much across the board. When you're trading in the metals, when you're trading gold, silver, Bitcoin, Gbtc, these are the most volatile markets. And we are certainly entering a high level of volatility here. That now you see, and to point that difference, particularly if you take a look at the metals, you know, they're contrary to what should be happening here based on these fundamentals, which is really unbelievable. But there again, I point out that the metals trade based upon their own technicals. And so do not follow the herd, you know, follow the Vcpmi and use your profile to manage the risk accordingly. You know, today, as you can see, I talked about primarily the technical condition of the market here, as opposed to the rhetoric or the noise, the chatter is what I call that we hear on the internet. And you can see the market, you know, adheres to this intelligence, to these numbers tremendously. So continue to follow this throughout the day, and I'm going to continue to post as I do here in the live trading room throughout the day. I will continue to keep you guys posted, and as I said, we are moving towards increasing the focus and the attention in this incredible room. I appreciate your time this morning. Have a great trading day here, and I'm going to talk to you real soon. Take care.
Are you looking for an automated artificial intelligence trading system? Do you want to analyze commodities and financial markets to determine when to buy and sell? Looking for an indicator to predict future trends in the commodities and financial markets? Welcome to EMA2 Trade Live Signals. Our Variable Changing Price Momentum Indicator, Vcpmi, is an automated AI trading system developed and tested over a decade. The Vcpmi algorithm is based on age-old vortex mathematics combined with Fibonacci wave theory, trend analysis, pivot points, and several other widely accepted financial analytical methods. The Vcpmi can help you take emotions out of your trading and rely on simple mathematics to predict future trends in financial markets. This approach will make your trading more effective, consistent, and profitable. Vcpmi algorithm. The Vcpmi code points and levels are support and resistance levels and behave exactly like any historical supply and demand level. Therefore, the Vcpmi code levels are useful as an index tool for both day trading and for selecting and exercising entries and exits for longer-term traders. Why Vcpmi? The Vcpmi relies on artificial intelligence to analyze markets and predicts future movements, which seek to determine what a security or commodity is worth at a given point in time. The Vcpmi uses technical analysis in the form of mean reversion trading, which seeks to capitalize on extreme changes in the pricing of a particular market based on the assumption that it will revert to its previous state. The Vcpmi can be applied to both buying and selling, as it allows a trader to profit on unexpected upswings and save when security or commodity is trading at an abnormal level. Visit EMA2trade.com for more details.